Hello Mr. Matt, it is nice to see you again. Nigerian Entertainment Magazine was delighted with our interview about your Highlands Neighborhood Festival gig. They have sent me to interview you about your entire career.
Mr. Shamsuddin, it is good to see you also. I'm excited for this opportunity to discuss my life in music.
Mr. Matt, rumor has it you're a Canadian very own hook man, the man with the Midas touch whose hooks produce hits. Introduce yourself. Who is this hook man?
Well, as far as being Canada's hook man, people have been warned, if you park on Lover's Lane and turn on your radio, and one of my songs is playing, you might get yourself hooked.
And are you really a Canadian?
These are very good questions. I in fact, am from the US, but have been living in Canada for 4 years.
How did you enjoy your days as a producer in the beginning of your career? What made you switch from producer to musician?
I think that it is easier being a musician.
Really?
The producer sets everything up and doesn't get any credit. The musician just gets to play and have a good time if the producer does his job well.
So Mr. Matt, can you please tell me? Explain the reason behind the name Antitrusts?
Yes. It seemed like something that would catch people's attention. I feel that the music business is a racket run by a cartel of greedy suits. We want to give people another choice to bust open the possibilities.
Sounds good.
Thank you. It is always good to be told when we are on the right track.
Really?
The market is hard to understand now. We just have to make decisions and hope that the fans like it.
So, Antitrusts as artists is very unique. What would you say is the thing that makes you stand out?
Each song is very short and contains a very compact message. Taken together, they create a bigger picture, like a mosaic. We hope to reverse the trend of people only listening to their favorite song from an album. We hope they will want to download the whole album. I like to think that every song is strong.
What would you call your style of music?
We call it garage folk rock.
Who are your inspirations? I mean, who you imitate.
I draw on so many traditions. I have much respect for the huge talents that have come before me.
So people like?
I don't know that I directly imitate anybody, but I'm sure that the hours I've spent listening to music and studying the masters have soaked into my style. John McLaughlin, for example. I know the time I spent playing with the Human Scab inspired me. The grunge element was inspired by the Human Scab, and I'm inspired by the giants of outsider music, such as Jandek and Jadfair.
Okay, which did you enjoy more in your career, being a producer or being a musician?
I would like to take some time just being a sideman again, playing bass with a great band. I did that a couple times in recent months, and it was very enjoyable, but I also putting together some very interesting projects with other people, where I'm the producer, so it is hard to choose.
Okay, since you have no option Mr. Matt. If you could change one thing about your producer and musician career, what would you change?
I wish that I had the confidence I have now, when I was younger. I would have pressed harder with my career. When you are young, all you have to do is pick up an instrument, and everybody is interested. When you're older, you can be a genius, and nobody cares. You have to work a lot harder for less reward.
Which of your career, sir?
Particularly as a performing musician. Production is always behind the scene.
Great. What other artists have you worked with and on what songs?
I'm very lucky to have worked with one of my musical heroes, Lulina. We wrote Christmas Lights together, Absence, The Beach, Watermelon Sugar, the great Brazilian band Petricher. I worked with the American rapper Bad Boy J. Parisian electronica artists Electronic Yellow Jammer. The amazing vocalist Enzo Cristodo out from Cyprus. Let me think, there have been so many.
If I may ask, who has been your favorite to work with tilde?
Oh, that is like asking which of your children you like best. Everybody else will be hurt if I single one artist out.
Ha ha ha.
The collaboration with Lulina has been the longest. Probably the collaboration with Remote Possibility has been the most productive.
Great. Which of your album is coming soon, sir?
Well, I'm still supporting Live at Oblerg's Pub. I hope to tour behind it. The next album is still in the planning stage. I'm going to try to incorporate Burundi drums though, and perhaps some pirate songs.
What was it like working on your album and what challenges did you face?
Well, I have two recent releases, Live at Oblerg's Pub, which is a solo album, and Antitrusts, a group effort. Which do you wish for me to discuss?
Any advice for upcoming artists? Like me and people out there?
Always persist. Believe in yourself. Be open to information from other people, but remember, you are the expert about your music and your career. Read Bob Lefsett's newsletter, be kind to people, and always show appreciation when they do something for you, because you'll meet the same people on the way down that you met on the way up.
Now let's get personal. Have you ever been in trouble with the law?
Yes.
Why? What had happened, sir?
One night when I was on tour with the Wimps, I drove my limousine into the swimming pool at the Chappaquiddick Hilton, and drowned the entire band. I was given probation for that.
Great. So aside from that, is there any other one?
There have been a lot of paternity suits in different countries around the world, but so far, I've avoided any complications. I have a good legal team. I even made considerable money from a song about one of the lawsuits. Billie Jean King is not my lover.
Okay, what is your take on groupies? How do you handle them?
I handle them with care. I find a firm, but gentle grip is best.
And I must be a very lucky one. So what qualities do you look for in a woman?
Oh yes, since she came into my life, the way I handle groupies is to take them firmly but gently by the back of the neck and steer them out the door. What can I say about my wife? She is very smart, very funny, and very nice, as our matchmaker, Robert Hayes, advertised.
That's great of her. What are your favorite? What are your favorites?
Favorites, in what area or field?
Food, color, dresses and sport.
Ah, excellent question. I like Thai food, the color black, casual dress.
Why black, sir? Out of other colors?
I don't know, it always has been. When I was a child, I wore black every day from the time Muhammad Ali's title was stripped from him until the day he was allowed to fight again, and win it back. However, I no longer follow boxing. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I would say my favorite sport is Volkswalking.
Can you tell me the favorites of your wife? What you have in common?
Anne and I enjoy walking together. We watch 30 Rock and Flight of the Conchords. We have a simple but exciting life. She's professionally very accomplished, in an entirely different field than music. We both like soup. We eat soup, or not eat soup, talk or not talk about eating soup. It's a pretty high-octane lifestyle we share.
What is your suggestion to this quote? Mr. Matt is a role model, a man with a vision, a man with great commitment, a man who guides and control, a leader. He has great aspiration and he is a go-getter. Apart from this, he encourages a lot of upcoming artists. He always calls them the leaders of tomorrow. He is great to work with. He is an entrepreneur with a difference because he has succeeded in being an entrepreneur, a producer and an artist. He teaches, he lectures, and he advises about the magic to reach the top.
Wow, I've rarely been consulted before. People write things about me, and they aren't usually 1/10 as nice. I like this message, and I endorse it.
Thanks for your time. It was nice chatting with you, sir.
Thank you very much. You are an excellent interviewer.
See you later.
Yes, thank you.